What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back at again with another video. So I'm gonna check out WWE finisher secrets revealed by Maven. This is my first time actually checking out one of Maven's videos actually on the channel. I've checked him out off screen because he has some really dope insider knowledge, obviously being someone that has been a part of the wrestling business. So he has insider knowledge, insider perspectives, and honestly, he's one of the first few people I've seen like on YouTube really blow up from just their knowledge of wrestling and being a part of the business. And now we're starting to see other wrestlers that we grew up watching actually be on YouTube and give their perspectives and their knowledge and their history and the things that they've done in the business as well, which I think is actually pretty cool to see that. We're living in a time period where we can watch our favorite wrestlers we grew up watching talking about their time in wrestling. So we're going to check this out. Appreciate all love and support, man. Let's get right into this one, man.
What's the secret of Rey Mysterio's 619, Randy Orton's RKO, or Seth Rollins' Curb Stomp? Well, I'm going to be revealing all of that and much more, but I have a little help. We are in Hicksville, New York at Create a Pro Wrestling Academy.
Okay.
And I have TNA superstar Brian Myers and former NXT superstar Bull Dempsey and all of these students that are going to show you all the tricks. Guys, let's get into it.
This stuff.
Now, Brian, the 619 is one of the most electrifying moves in wrestling. Gets the crowd off their feet and into the action. How is it done?
There's not really a trick to it because you got to go really fast to get that momentum to swing your legs through the ropes. So you're talking about a grown man's two shins coming at you pretty violently and fast.
So speed.
Speed is definitely the first thing, or you're not going to get it done in the first place, right? It's also scary because you're here and you're anticipating and you're not seeing it. Once I did feel that presence in my peripheral, make sure I get that hand up at the last second to kind of protect myself so you're not just eating two shins directly. Simultaneous with that hand almost. Once you make contact, you take that bump usually for Ray, so you're getting away anyway. You know, you're not just, it's not move and then you're just still here and everyone sees that you did that. You're boom, and you could almost use it to get away.
And by taking that bump, gives Ray the freedom to go all the way through.
That gives him space to land it too.
And makes him look tough. I'm a little old to be doing these moves. Show us how it's done. Jesus.
That's cool, man. How he's breaking this down. I like this. I like this. Damn, they got the slow-mo. And essentially, that's how it happens.
This is awesome. Can you imagine poor Tom Becker looking up and...
Oh, my God.
One of the most violent, devastating moves was Yokozuna's
Bonsai Drop,
Boy,
yeah.
You're a big man. How do you do that move without hurting your opponent?
You don't.
Fair enough. Show us anyway. Once you get your
He said, you don't. Yeah, bro. Yeah. you just accept your fate. That's literally what it is.
opponent in this position, what's next?
Well, first he's going to lay back, right? I'm going to have his arms in because I don't want to land on his arms with my feet, right? I'm going to need a flat surface to land on to protect him, and he's going to bring his body up a little bit to absorb the blow.
Ah, okay, so he's almost bringing his body up and cushioning you as you come down, which is in turn protecting him.
Yeah, correct.
Gotcha.
You ready? Better be.
Oh, man, bro. Yeah, that's essentially what happens. RKO.
Randy Orton has used the RKO as a finisher for over 2 decades, and it has become one of the most iconic moves ever. Now, Brian, I have some experience taking the move, but what's the secret when giving the move?
To me, a perfect RKO is like two become one. You connect with the right, and then you both get airborne for just a little bit. And then really the pro wrestling safety aspect of it is a standard front bump that you would learn very early on in your wrestling career at wrestling school.
When I would work with Randy, especially on live events, we would practice just to see how high I could get and how high he could get. And I would almost, I don't want to say boost him, but I would guide him with my hands.
It's 100% a timing thing and feel. And of course, if you're going to give it to someone every night on a nightly basis, it's going to become more and more smooth and look even more impressive.
It's going to become a dance.
For sure.
Brian, do you want to give me one?
Yeah. What? He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm taking my fair share of RKOs. I'm good. He said, nah, I'm not doing that, bro. I like when they add the slow-mo. Nice. Nice execution there. And then you sell it. Oh my God.
Nothing looks more picturesque and majestic than a perfectly executed
Moonsault, yep.
Now, I've done one in my WWE career.
Was it majestic?
It indeed was. You can check it out.
We might have to roll that footage if we have it or something here.
But Brian, what's the secret?
You got to commit. It's ass over feet. You know, I always say, you know, follow your nose.
When I used to do them, even in practicing, I would always work on distance, height, but I wanted to clear my head first of all. Because during practice, I actually landed on my chin one time, and it's about the scariest thing you can imagine.
No, it's no joke.
Now, for the person taking a moonsault, you're hoping what?
You mean you want to obviously be still so they have a target, and you know the target that they're looking at when they go up is the same one as they're coming down, and you haven't moved.
Jesus, bro.
One thing I would do. But
scary move, bro.
You kind of SOL there. You know, you're just hoping for the best. You're hoping that the person's accuracy is good.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Dangerous things can happen.
You're hoping they've done it enough times that they know where to put you and they know exactly how much distance and most of all, where those knees are going to be coming down.
Big time. Knees.
And this is a very dangerous move because, you know, depending on where they land, bro, you can, you know, they knee hits you somewhere in the face or whatever. It can be pretty dangerous.
Shins, you know, landing on a guy like that's pretty tough.
For this one, we're going to not have someone down there. We're just going to have Leo showing how it's done.
We have a crash pad we could throw in here.
Maybe we will.
All right.
Very dangerous move, not gonna lie to you. Definitely gotta know what you're doing, man. Oh, we're gonna see the Styles Clash? Now this one's really dangerous too.
A showstopper for sure. AJ Styles Clash is electrifying in itself, but Brian, it truly is one of the more dangerous moves.
Yeah.
If not done correctly. What's the secret?
When I think of the Styles Clash, I think of, you know, people properly being set up for it, where they have to arch their neck, and it's a modern day move, right? This wasn't, you know, Andre the Giant wasn't giving this to guys. That's for sure.
And it's very awkward once you're in it. If you've never taken it before, too, sometimes people panic just at the setup
because it's so strange to be in that position. So arching your neck for the ultimate safety. I've seen a lot of guys get their heads crunched by accident, which is unfortunate. And then after that, it's getting airborne and flat even. So like you and your opponent are kind of sandwiched and land together.
Yeah. So Brian, what is the most dangerous aspect of this move?
It's definitely protecting your head and your neck.
neck.
Like I said, if you're upside down like that, sometimes guys panic. I'm sure, you know, guys that AJ's done this to tons of times, no problem, right? Smooth as can be. But there's definitely that moment of panic the first time you're in it because you're upside down and your head and neck are very vulnerable.
Right. I'm glad you're going to show us how it's done.
Very dangerous move. Because sometimes, you know, people want to maybe want to tuck their chin in, and that's what you're not supposed to do. Because then you'll essentially, you know, land on, you know, on your head and neck area, and that can be pretty dangerous. So it's just one of those things where you show it. It's showing you to have the appreciation, or to have the appreciation of how these finishers are set up and how it can go wrong if two people are not on the same page. So it's actually pretty cool to me. Sweet chin music. Woo!
Brian, one of the most classic finishing moves of all time is HBK's sweet chin music. It really looks like someone's head is getting taken off.
Bow!
What's the secret?
Really, you're trying to throw the meanest, most athletic looking kick, but you really wanted to get about right there.
Right there.
Yeah, I mean, as close as you can get without making contact with the guy. I hate to tell you guys this, but they might slap their leg for added effect. That coincides with, for me, and what I've had my whole career, this beautiful, long, luscious hair. It's protected me from a lot of stuff because I'm gonna use that to kind of flail as soon as that contact comes, and I'm trying to get away so I didn't eat it. Same thing we've already kind of talked about. You do want to get a hand up and down, sure, and always protect. And then as soon as it's there, get away.
Brian, show us how it's done.
Now, sometimes they do connect. I've seen on video, sometimes they actually, people that are using a variation of a super kick, they do connect. But I will say this, HBK's his sweet chin music always looked crisp, always looked good. You know, it wasn't obvious that he was slapping his thigh a lot of times, just the movement of it, how he would do it, and the person receiving it, how they would take it. So, but it's crazy to know that they tried their hardest not to kick you. Is the illusion of kicking you. But at the same time, I've seen people actually get kicked square in the face, and they continue on the match. It's obviously wasn't intended to, but it does happen. Oh, the F5. Oh my God.
One of the most physically impressive finishing moves is Brock Lesnar's F5. Seeing a grown man spin in midair captivates every crowd. But Bull, what is the secret?
Well, the secret to the F5 would be making sure that you have the momentum built when you swing your opponent to then land safely together.
Now, Bull, is there anything that the person taking the F5 can do to help with the move?
I don't think as far as helping with the move, but they can definitely help themselves by just being aware that they're going to take a pretty vicious face bump. Right.
Yeah.
And doing their best to turn their head, land everything together all at once.
And if they do it and Brock does it at the same time, it looks amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It is incredible. Show us how it's done, big man.
Do y'all remember that F5? I don't know who it was against. I'm sure somebody's going to comment down below. It was an F5 where he spun somebody like a damn helicopter and they just went flying. They just went flying in the air like a damn helicopter blade. If y'all remember what spot I'm talking about, I think it was on SmackDown. I could be wrong. I'm not sure who. I don't remember who it was against, but y'all know what spot I'm talking about. He just picked up somebody and flew them around like a helicopter blade. It looked beautiful because they were just in the air just spinning before they hit the ground. It was devastatingly beautiful.
Okay, Bill, first thing you're going to do is get him up on your shoulders.
Oh, look at that.
Right. Hook his head, and you're going to push this far quad, push him over your head, and land together.
I mean, it's pretty devastating move, even in slow-mo. Jeez. Oh, a pile driver.
A nostalgic finishing move that was once feared and also protected was the pile driver. Brian, what's the secret?
All right, when I think of a pile driver, I think of two things. One, you got to protect your opponent's neck because you want the illusion that you're trying to break your opponent's neck, but you're really not.
Right.
The protection comes from his head not sticking out underneath, right? Right. And you're going to use all of your booty to protect your opponent when it eventually hits the mat. The other thing, and a little trick that I don't think a lot of people even realize, is what I like to do when I'm taking it is I use these as like kind of projectiles. So once we hit, I use them to push away.
You're pushing as if you're taking the move.
When you're taking it, as soon as you feel that contact, you kind of use that to get away.
So that's a way that if you're taking the move, you can a little extra safeguard to protect yourself.
Right, and separate and get away from the contact.
And this move, if not done correctly, can be pretty dangerous too. That's the crazy thing. The margin for error for some of these moves is not much. A slight movement here, a slight movement there, and you could be potentially, injured seriously, and that's why they always used to say don't try this at home, for a very good reason, because people would try this at home and end up hurting, each other or potentially killing, someone on accident, obviously. But these are dangerous moves with people who have been doing it for years and years and years, with a lot of practice.
As fast as possible.
Now, this was a move that I don't want to say was once outlawed, but it was shied away from.
For sure, because it's legitimately dangerous.
What is your opinion of
Hella
it?
dangerous.
Yay or nay?
I think when done correctly and trained properly, it's fine. And I can demonstrate it now, and I feel like I could grab 10 guys here and do 10 in a row, and everybody will be safe.
There's 10 over there you can do it on. Guess the one you're not going to do it on. Enjoy.
Come back.
Very, very dangerous move. And if done wrong, my man is going to the hospital immediately.
Who's going for the Superman punch? Phenomenal forearm.
Going for the spear.
Woo!
One of the most popular finishing moves that's been used for years is the spear. Now, I know you know a lot about the spear, so I'm just going to clear it away.
Yeah, to be honest, when I left WWE, I was having a hard time connecting with audiences with what my finisher would be, because Kurt Hawkins, quite frankly, didn't win a whole hell of a lot. So
I know the feeling.
One day someone put it in my ear, former Edge head. It's just something that people relate with me, and they will the rest of my career, which is awesome. I said, why am I not using the spear?
Right.
And like you said, it's a very popular move that you'll see on any wrestling program right now.
Absolutely.
Whatever you're watching, somebody's doing the spear because it connects with an audience.
There has to be a secret to it. What is it?
So my secret to my spear is just I have to be the one picking up speed, right? It's the two become one. Once we latch, and we become one. And I like my knees to hit right when your back does. That's important to me. And the main thing is, if you're giving a spear, you gotta pick left or right. Okay. The worst thing I could do is hit you straight on.
With the shoulder, with your shoulder,
Yeah,
left or right
I'm
shoulder.
picking side to side because I want to keep the lane open for you to take this picture perfect bump, which means your legs coming out.
Because my legs have to go out, and I have
they need a place to go. So if I hit you straight up, they're just going to run into me and there's no action there. So if I pick this side, boom, your legs go flying. I pick this side, your legs are a perfect place to go.
Gotcha. You're going to show us how it's done?
You got it. This one I can handle.
Let's do it.
And that's how it's done. But I'm not going to lie to you. Braun Breaker's spear is so damn good. He runs the ropes. He get good speed. So damn impactful, bro. Braun Breaker's spear is, honestly, he probably has the best spear right now in WWE. And that's even over Roman. And Roman has a nice solid spear that's worked for him. But Braun Breaker's spear, so much impact, so much speed, bro. Up the curb stomp. Woo!
A truly dangerous finish is Seth Rollins' curb stomp, and for a short period of time, it was actually banned. Brian, tell us what the person giving and the person receiving have to be.
And it's a good finisher
The
too.
person giving it has to be a superior athlete, right? Because you're timing a kick that's not full force. That's kind of like anything in wrestling. Like a lot of this stuff, if you just do it with the intentions of hurting somebody, anyone could do it. There's no talent behind that. This is something where you got to be a superior athlete with impeccable timing and the slightest bit of force. I've never even done it in my career, so I've taken it. But yeah, it's finding that perfect timing. The foot meets the head. You get that front bump, and you get away from each other.
We recently just saw the double foot curb stomp when Seth hit Roman Reigns with it outside of the ring when everyone had, they both got eliminated in the Royal Rumble. That's how you know, per storyline, he hates him some Roman Reigns. He hit him with the double foot curb stomp. Gotta definitely know what you're doing with that, because you can legit give someone a concussion if not taken properly.
What's the person taking it? What do they have to be ready for since you've taken it?
You have to time it perfectly and feel that on the back of your head and take that wrestling school front bump.
I think the thing that would throw me off, and I've never taken it, is just the fact that you're looking away from where it's coming from. So you can't see it originating.
Yeah.
Not really, yeah. You're kind of cheating and seeing your peripheral, and it's a feel thing.
It's a feel thing. I guess you're obviously feeling the footsteps. You're feeling and hearing
The
him coming.
anticipation.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's something.
Let's see how it's done.
Sure, that's why I got Leo Sparrow to show you.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you gotta know what you're doing, bro. The timing of it. Oh, he's selling this. Oh, he sold
Big thank
that
you to
one.
Bull James and Brian Myers for having us out today. Brian, if someone has the itch to become a pro wrestler, what's your advice?
Well, we're right here, Hicksville, New York, the Creative Pro Wrestling Academy. We've trained a lot of successful pro wrestlers. But if you come here, be prepared to work your ass off. Pro wrestling is not easy.
Yeah, it's
No,
not.
It's not. Well, guys, thank you so much.
Speaking about itch, did filming all this stuff today give you the itch?
The itch for what?
To get back in the ring.
That was cool, man. Maven's fucking awesome. I love what he's doing, showing the ins and outs of wrestling and his time in the wrestling space and the wrestling business. And, you know, I honestly think maybe he's inspiring some of y'all to go out there and give your shot at being a professional wrestler. It's not easy. But if it's something that you're willing to work hard at and something that you're willing to give it your all, you never know. Maybe you could be the next top guy in AEW or WWE or wherever. You know, maybe people will be chanting your name and wanting to see you finish your story. So I just think videos like this, I know some people be like, oh, he's exposing the business. People already know a lot of this stuff, you know, is done in a way to protect both wrestlers. But I think more than anything, this could possibly be something that inspire people to actually want to go to wrestling school, be a wrestler, become a wrestler, and make a name for themselves. So comment down below, let me know some other wrestling related videos y'all want me to check out. I appreciate all the love and support y'all showing on the channel. Road to 150K, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.